Well, I don't know how many of you have attended this program with me before, but I do want to just speak to you a little bit about Tai Chi and Qigong and what they're all about and how they are really very important practices, and they're very related. Qigong actually means healing energy cultivated over time. And, thinking of a garden, a great garden needs to be cultivated, the soil needs to be replenished and nourished. And we also are all born with healing energy. And how we live our lives, our lifestyles, the things that we do, the foods that we eat. We all get energy from, fluids that we drink, the foods that we eat, the air that we breathe, the movements that we do. That helps to give us more energy, and especially when we do it in a very positive manner. So part of this practice is also involving some self-massage. Again, some of you may, depending on what your state is, any kind of tapping or any of this other things that we do, always use caution for yourself. If you find that it's, you're just not in a good state, just light tapping, because even that, and also with your intention, what it is that you want to work on during your practice, that will send a powerful message to the body. So Qigong is in all Tai Chi, but Qigong can be a freestanding practice, but Tai Chi does have Qigong in it. So I've heard it say that Qigong, Tai Chi is the word and Qigong is like the sentence. So you need to have them together. So as we go through the practice, there are 3 intentful enhancements or focal points for you to be thinking of. It is posture, breath, and mind. And we will be going through some of this. And there's a couple of key points that I'm going to talk to you about too. When you put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, that helps to connect. There's an energy field in the front of the body as well as in the back of the body. So when the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth, that's a meeting point of these 2 energy meridians, so to speak, these energy fields. So keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth during the practice will help keep that energy being able to flow properly. And Tai Chi and Qigong is all about awareness. You want to be feeling where you are right now, regardless of what happened to you today. And of course, we've had a very stressful year. So, it just seems to have been snowballing and so forth. But for right now, what you want to do is let all of that go and just bring your awareness right to where you are right now. Even sitting in the chair that you're in, you want to take a moment to feel what it's like. Just allow yourself to be a little bit more aware of the breath in the body. Don't change the breath, but just feel the breath. Just feel that gentle inhalation and then the exhalation. Feel what it's like to be seated on the chair. Your feet are touching the ground. So just bringing yourself completely inward, being completely mindful. And we call that mind the body and the breath, and then clear the mind. And that will allow this, what they call that heavenly elixir, that is your chi energy, to flow within. So let's begin with adjusting our posture, because that's going to help us with our breath and also help us become a little bit more mindful. So beginning with your feet, what I'd like for you to do is make sure your feet are facing forward. And you want to look and see that your knee is kind of right over your foot. You don't have the knees out to the side or pushing inward. You want to have those feet firmly planted and feeling the big toe, the little toe in particular, and your heel. These are your, I call it the tripod of balance. So when we're balancing, we want to make sure that we can feel them. So if you do have any neuropathy, which could be prevalent if you have diabetes, imagine the feeling, because what happens is when you start to imagine and visualize these things, it's amazing how the body will then start to actually make some corrections or make some connections. So just thinking of where your feet are, maybe pressing down with the heel a little bit. Feel what happens in your leg muscles as you start to do that. As you press down, you can feel your quadriceps in particular start to feel a little activated. So just become aware of that. And still remembering to think about the breath in the body. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of do that, what we call multitasking, but a good multitasking. So you want to complete that awareness, still feeling the feet on the ground, moving up, feeling the leg muscles becoming slightly engaged as you're pressing those feet down, the toes and the heels. And now let's bring your attention to this area here. This is a very energetic area. It's called the lower dantian or jing. So we're going to do a little pelvic tilting to try and loosen up the muscles and especially the lower back. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can kind of get that visual. So as you kind of tuck the tailbone underneath, engage the navel, pull it in, you want to exhale and let that all go. And then inhale as you roll back and try to make all that action happen here. So even putting your hands on the pelvis, feeling those hip bones moving back and forth, especially when you pull the abdominals in, you're going to feel that lower back lengthen. Okay, this area is also very energetic when it comes to Tai Chi. It's actually called the Ming Men. And so when that lower back lengthens, that allows the spine, which is also called the Taji pole, to lengthen. That will allow your Qi energy to flow even better. So let's just do that a few more times. Exhaling and inhaling. And again, still feeling the feet, feeling the legs as we move on up the body, rolling back and forth, feeling all those muscles loosen up a little bit. Let's do one more and then back. Then nextly, that's not even a word. Next, you want to work on the sternum. Okay, the sternum is the middle dantian, and that's also called Qi, Qi. So what we want to do is we want to lift that sternum up and kind of sink it in just a little bit, but lift that sternum up and feel like your shoulder blades are sliding down the back. So we want to feel this reciprocity between this very important postural area in the body. So let's just roll that back and forth just a little bit. Still feeling the feet, feeling the leg muscles, feeling the lower abdominals, and then letting yourself roll through that shoulder line. And when you roll through the shoulder line, you don't want to lift with the arms. You want to lift up with the shoulder girdle. So you want to feel the collarbone, the shoulder joint, the shoulder blades, and particularly pulling back and down, pulling up, back, and down. Because many times when we have migraines, it's this tightness in the upper back, lower neck area. So let's take that opportunity to roll that up, back, and down. And as you go through that rolling, see how I'm moving my hands. Allow those hands to, the arm bone to roll in this shoulder joint. That will enhance that ability to be a little bit more flexible and get rid of some of that tension in that area. Let's do one more of those. And then allow all this to just relax down. Keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Still feeling feet on the ground. So now bringing your attention up. What we're going to do is we're going to begin by relaxing all the muscles around the head and the face. So beginning with the jaw. And if you feel more comfortable, you can let the hands just stay right gently on the legs rather than letting them dangle. That might feel a little stressful. So as you start to relax, bring your attention back to your breath, feeling the jaw muscles just lengthen and relax. Feeling the muscles in the cheeks, relax. Feeling the muscles around the lips, relax. Feeling the muscles around the eyes, underneath, and just allow them to relax. Still being aware of your breath, almost feel like when you inhale, you're sending that relaxation to the entire head and neck area. Now bring your attention to the eye muscles. The eye muscles are constantly active, just like the heart muscle is constantly moving. So just be kind to the eyes. Let them relax. Feel the eyelids relaxing, maybe even drooping a little bit. Feel your eyebrows relaxing, almost becoming heavy and relaxed. Feel the muscles in the forehead relaxing. And now that we are in a better postural position, let's now focus on enhancing breath. And the breath, again, will bring the mind into it. Because when we start to control breath, that sends a powerful message to the body. You know, Lord knows we can't control too many things around us. But when we start to control breath, that changes everything. Immediately, your heart rate starts to change. Your blood pressure comes down. Even glucose levels are released. So just take a few moments feeling this posture, feeling the feet on the ground, feeling all the way up, feeling in the sternum, the shoulder blades, the shoulders, relaxation in this whole part. And now let's focus on breathing and enhancing that breath. So let's inhale for a count that's more than what you normally do. So if you usually inhale for a count of 2 to 3, try to inhale a little bit deeper to a count of 4. Pause for a moment. And then as you exhale, try to exhale with that same count. So you feel this fresh chi, this healthy chi ebbing into the body for a nice count of whatever it is that works for you. That's just a little bit more than what you normally do. Pause for a moment so your body can feel that healthy chi, and then allow that to ebb out of the body. And let's breathe like that for a few moments. Let your mind focus completely on your seated position, your feet, expanding that awareness, that proprioception of knowing how your body is in space, what's going on, and focus on the breath. And just allow. And let's do that for a few moments. Taking some nice deep breaths. Enhancing the breath. And just be aware of what happens. How do you feel? You should feel that nice wave of relaxation coming, calmness, little tranquility. So let's do a few more of these enhanced breaths. Right, now let's sync the chi. Sync the chi is a very typical Tai Chi Qigong movement where you're gathering all the chi that's around us, and there's chi all around us in nature, sky. So just imagine that you are gathering all the chi that's around you and adding all of this to the chi that you have within you, that cultivation, like you're nourishing the chi that you have. And remember the breath, remember your mind. And when we move in Tai Chi, also you want to, or Qigong, you want to almost feel like you're moving through water, like you're moving through a density. And you'll start to feel maybe a little tingling in the hands. That's kind of like gives us that idea that there is, I can feel that energy flowing through my body. Kind of makes it real. And let's do that a few more times and see how easy it is to bring the breath into it. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do that a few more times. And last time. So let's take a moment. There are areas in the palm of the hand as well as on the bottom of the feet, right around where the knuckles are. So let's lift your heels and then roll the foot. So you want to feel like you're rolling your foot on the ground and kind of imagining that there is an opening on the bottom of both feet that'll help you draw energy up from the earth. So maintaining that posture, maintaining that spine, keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth, maintaining breath, rolling those feet on the ground, opening up those yang quan points on the bottom of your feet to help draw up energy from Mother Earth. And also when we move in Tai Chi, you almost want to think of, you don't want to go 100%, you want to go at 70. So it's not a full extension of energy. You're able to keep that energy here and let it be cultivated instead of expending it through your movements. That's what makes Tai Chi an internal practice, even though it's based on martial arts, all the combative movements. Let's do one more of those. Good, and let those heels sink down, gathering yourself back into that postural position. Now this time, let's activate those Lao Gong points that are in the hands. So you want to feel that heat. That heat is your chi. So we're going to do some movements even in a seated position, just to kind of let that chi move around. And you can even warm up the top part of the hand as well, both sides. Good, let's come back. Now let's take a moment and stretch that chi out. Inhale and exhale. You almost want to feel this magnetic pull, like you're stretching this this energy. And let the fingers just flow and relax, still maintaining that posture, keeping the breath, letting that mind just focus on the simplicity of the movement. There is nothing more important than this very moment of working on creating, cultivating your healing energy. And this is something I do, especially if I'm in traffic and it's, or I'm having a stressful time. I'll activate my Laogong points and just go right into this movement. And it goes over the heart meridians and the lung meridians, which are, emotional. And so that will definitely help to calm. Now let's do that a few more times, just feeling that. Good, and down. So let's begin with, tapping and kind of massaging the head and the neck, of course, because of with the migraines, that's where all the tension is a lot of the times. So I'm going to take my glasses off, so I won't be able to see what you're doing. I can't see it anyway. So let's activate those Laogong points again one more time. Still maintaining posture, keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Feel your feet. And let's begin on the top of the head. So just gentle tapping, and then around the crown and up. And use your judgment again, if you are having a migraine right at this moment, just a light touching, but just trying to make that connection. This part of the Tai Chi, this is called the Beiwei point, which is the top of the head. And let's do that one more time. Good. Now let's take the, and my little Tai Chi assistant here, Miss Noella. And let's just tap gently on the forehead. You can use multiple fingers or just one, just depends on how you're feeling. And then let's bring that to the back. So here, especially where the head and the neck meet, this is where you definitely want to do some tapping, or even almost like raking kind of movement, depending on how you feel. And then taking your fingers, especially on the base of the skull where it meets the neck, and giving yourself a little circular movement. And let the arms come down for a minute and relax. You might feel a rush of circulation. That is your chi moving your blood through the body. And then bring the hands back up. And this time, just gently press on the ridge of the brow and then underneath the eyes and then up. There's a lot of meridians in the face. And the meridians are kind of like the energy circulation, the lines of energy movement. And they are aligned with all of the body organs. So when our chi meridians or circulation is able to flow freely, just like, if we don't have any plaque in our blood vessels, then, we are way healthier. So this is one way to try and open up some of those meridians. And let's stay right here in the corner of the eye, gently massaging in a circular pattern. And then massaging down on the nose. And if you do feel like you might have a little sinus going on, if you press in one side and inhale, That's also a yoga movement as well, but Tai Chi and yoga and Qigong are all interrelated. Let's go on to the other side. And release. Let's massage to the cheekbones. And especially by the jaw. I don't know if any of you have ever had TMJ, but that can be quite painful as well. So give yourself a nice massage in the cheeks. You know, just go as deeply as what's comfortable for you. And then moving to underneath the nose, a lot of acupuncture points here. And then around the bottom of the lip. And then finally, just along the jawline. Let's let the arms come down for a moment, take a rest. And then bring them back up. So right in front of the ear, this is this muscle here can get very tight and tense. So let's gently massage between the jaw and the ear. And then we're going to massage into the ear. The ear, like our hands and feet with reflexology, represents the entire body. So give yourself that opportunity to just kind of press all around the inside, the ridge, you know, all around the ear canal on the outside, even pressing a little bit on the inside as well. It's hard to do when you have some earrings in though. Good, and then let the arms relax. So just take a moment, let's take some breaths, feeling all that, feeling that release of tension. Sink the chi. Remember feeling the feet, top of the head, nice and tall, feeling that posture. Let's do one more. So let's do a little bit of tapping in a seated position. When we do this tapping, and it's just a very little, nothing too heavy, that's sending healing vibrations. You know, chi is vibrations as well. So as we're, you know, making this little tapping, you know, just thinking of sending kind, loving thoughts to your body organs to help them function better so that you can be better. Let's go over to one side. Doesn't matter which one, we're going to go to both. And just thinking of those body organs, feeling those vibrations, getting a nice massage from those vibrations. Let's come back to center. Solar plexus, and let's move over to the other side. And then back to center. And let's come up. So here on the chest, we also have the thymus, which is the anti-aging area. So everybody goes a little more crazy on that part. You'll be 10 years younger when we finish class. That's always my am I saying? But just feeling how the circulation starts to increase when you do that tapping. All along the collarbone, all along that upper chest. Now let's go down one arm. If you're going down the left arm, that's your yin side. If you go down the right side, you know, of course, I'm opposite from where you are. That's your yang side. So it doesn't matter. You start with whatever side you want to. So we're going to do that same tapping, or you can also just use your fingers. Down the inside of the arm is the yin side of the arm. The elbow, there's all kinds of meridians and active points there. And then when you get to the hand, give it a nice flap. That'll help to really activate that Lao Gong point. And then go around to the outside. This is the yang side of the arm, all the way up, all the way up. Oh, and then that upper back, lower neck area, give that some tapping. Oh, yeah. And let's do that again. Let's go down that inside. And then into that hand. Yay. And then turn it around, up. Let's do that one more time. Good, and up. Let's come back to center. Now let's go down the other side, same thing. Remember, spend a little time on that elbow, all the way down, give yourself a hand, turn that up. Down. Remember to try and hit that whole inside part. You might feel it warming up. That's your circulation responding. Qi is flowing. And let's do that one more time. And then just allowing that to flow. Just allow yourself to sit calmly for a few moments. And now we're going to go to a standing position. And let's stand up. So in a standing position, we also want to, and you don't have to stand up if you don't want to, if you don't feel up to it. But in the standing position, we want to readjust our posture as well. So let's kind of just rock back and forth a little bit, not enough so you feel you're going to topple over, but thinking of those openings, those energy areas in the bottom of the feet, the Yongquan points, feeling the toes, let them move around, especially if they've been in shoes all day. You know, feel the bottom of the feet, become very aware of sensations, and maybe you may have some neuropathy, so become aware of that too. Because again, when you are aware of things, that's how your body can change things. Because now you're like, oh, I don't feel that in that toe, or I feel a little numbness or something. So you want to then start to imagine that you're feeling that. Good, and then let those feet firmly plant. Now lift up one leg. I have my right leg up. I'm lifting up the heel and I'm rolling the balls of the feet on the ground with the heel lifted, kind of like I was squashing a bug, and then go in the opposite direction. This helps to really break up any tension behind the toes. Also helps to really activate the Yongquan points on the bottom of the feet. Good, let's switch sides. Now, as you shift your body weight, when we talk about Tai Chi, we want to be aware of that transference of body weight for the balance purposes of your Tai Chi. So let's do the same thing on the other side, rolling. So you really feel like the heel is lifted, really feel, oh, it feels almost crunchy underneath there. Let's go in the opposite direction. Good. And then we're going to dynamically stretch your quadriceps. So you're going to just pull the heel up behind you, maintaining your posture, to let those quadriceps stretch. And so a lot of times, you know, if you can't reach back and grab your foot, doing it this way, it's just dynamic stretching. So you're still stretching that knee joint. Good. And then let's firmly plant. Let's do that pelvic tilt like we had done before. So allowing the pelvis to tuck under. You want to feel the tailbone is tucking under and release. You might feel a little bit more dramatically here. You want to feel your glute muscles, those muscles that we sit on, working them as well. Good. Let's do one more. Good. So now let's do a circular pattern. Tai Chi, your Qigong is always, you'll find that there is a spiraling or a circle pattern to keep the movements fluid. So let's allow and this helps to also massage the hip joint. Let's go in reverse. Good. And then let's stand nice and sturdy. So let's bring the elbows up. So as we pull the elbows up, you want to pull the elbows down so you feel these muscles right under the arm pulling, and you want to feel your sternum lift. Inhale, and then exhale, roll in, bring the arms together, exhale. Inhale as you lift up, exhale as you pull in. So you want to see that circular movement. You want to feel the movement in the spine. As I inhale, I feel like I'm arching up and exhaling as I pull in. So I'm hollowing out. For those of you who do yoga, it's like the cat and the cow, or the cat and the camel, I think is more appropriate. And just allow yourself to move with the breath. Inhale as you open, exhale as you come in. Inhale and open. This helps to open the chest. Good. Let's do a few more. And just think of that spine as freeing up. Let's do one more of these. And let the arms come down. Take a nice deep breath. So we're going to do a movement that's called raising the power. So raising the power is all about bringing chi up and sinking in with it, bringing it down. Very nice, easy movement to do. You almost want to feel like you're pulling up a board in water, like you're trying to drag it up. Inhaling as you lift, exhale as you sink down. And just immerse yourself in the movement. Where are you feeling it? What's happening? Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Every part of your body is a part of the movement. It's not just an arm movement. Feel your lifting and then sinking. Feel the breath in the body. And this simple movement is moving your chi. Every movement counts. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact every single time. Chi moves. As we move with our intention and our awareness, the chi flows. That's what we're looking for. We want to cross as many meridians as we can and allow them to unblock, get rid of the energy plaque. That happens for a variety of reasons. Remember, breathing deeply, feeling how the breath will move. Let's do one more of these. We're going to move back and forth like this. kind of like a nice little gentle twisting, but just let those arms just flow freely. Feel that from the feet all the way up. You want to feel most of this happening in the body. You don't want to make it just about the arms, but allow the hands to tap, because again, when the hands are tapping on the body, now we're tapping on the back, kidneys, as well as those organs in the front, the liver, the spleen, and so forth. Just allow that body to free up. Feel how exhilarating it is just to go through and just letting everything just kind of go. Let it do its thing, not forcing anything. Just allow your body to move as freely as it may. Good. And let's just slowly unwind. Now let's keep the hands, let the body move. And what you want to do here is you'll feel that chi. It feels like your hands are on top of electric water. And just allow yourself to move gently from one side to the other. Feel how you can feel this all the way down to the toes. Even though the core, your torso, your body is the main mover. But feel all those muscles, the oblique muscles, everything that's in the core. As you turn, feel those muscles around the rib cage and the hips. So the arms aren't directing it now. They're just staying in place. It's the body that's doing the motion. Now let's come back to center. We're going to do a movement called cloud hands. So one hand is up here. It's going to be moving across the face. The other hand is going to be here on the bottom. So it's going to be about the level of that lower dantian. And you want to let those hands move. Once you get to the side, then they change position. And just let your hands and keep your attention on the hands for now, but feel your feet, feel the body, feel the breath. And just thinking about like hands moving or clouds moving across a sky, a balmy sky. And you'll feel the chi. And breathe deeply. And knowing that every breath, every movement that you do is enhancing your health, helping you relax. Let's do a few more of these. And let's come back to center. So here at center, we're going to do the fountain. So before we were gathering chi this way, now we're going to pull chi up. You want to keep right here at the chest level, pull this across, out, and down. Inhale, bring it up, pulling it around, out, and down. Again, we're crossing over the heart meridian. Inhaling, increasing our lung volume and our capability to breathe, because breath is life. Up. Just feel how nice and relaxing it is, doing the repetitive movement, but again, feeling it throughout the whole body. Now this time we're going to pull it up higher. We want to pull it across the eyes because a lot of times I myself, from working from home, I was getting some ocular migraines. So I was getting them in the eyes. So yeah, that's a kind of a scary feeling. Up, across, down. And remember to breathe nice and deeply. Let's do a few more of these. And last one. And down. Let's bring the hands up. So we're going to do a little balance as we cool down. So you want to keep one hand right by the heart, the chi. Let the other arm go to the back, up, bring it around, and let it come right down the center. Let's do the other side, up, around, and right down the center. Around, and down. Inhaling. Let's do a few more of these. One more to each side. And then back to center. So let's put our hands in prayer pose as we finish our practice today. So some things I would like for you to think about. Wonderful person, Maya Angelou, has a wonderful saying where she says, "My mission and purpose is not merely to survive, but to thrive." And we want to do this with passion, compassion, humor. I put in grace and style. And remember that we are all pieces. We're all threads of the fabric of this life. And one thing this pandemic has shown us is that we are all involved in this. There isn't one person who has not been affected by this pandemic. But at the same side of that, we are all pieces of the threads of our lives, of this life here, of this energy force. And all this energy that we bring forth, that we cultivate, that we move around is like a positive tsunami that goes out against all the negativity, because Lord knows we have so much negativity going on in the world today, that any amount of positiveness that we can send out, kindness, goodness, warmth, is going to enhance our own spiritual experience. Because the fact is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So remember that even in your darkest moment, you can always go to the light. And as we say in Chinese, I know in yoga they say namaste, but there's actually a Chinese version of that. And it's called Ni Men Hao Jing Shen Qi. So I'll say that one more time. Ni Men Hao Jing Shen Qi. And the greeting as well as exit for Tai Chi is you take your right hand. I know I can't do it opposite. Right hand, left hand is open. This is strength. This is friendship. And when you grip this here, that's humility. And I thank you very much for sharing your chi with me, because we are all sending out and connected with this chi energy. I thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you sometime in February. Thank you. Oh, and I do want to say one other thing. Diane, I don't know if you can let people see this, but it is the Harvard Medical School Guide to Tai Chi. And I'm going to tell you, I think this would be excellent if you're interested in the Tai Chi. This is a fantastic book. And, you know, here you have medical professionals who think that Tai Chi is fabulous. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with the group. So if anyone is interested, you know, I would highly recommend that they give this a read.
Thank you, Susan. I think Tai Chi is medicine, so I thank you so much. I feel energized and relaxed at the same time, which is like the ultimate goal. And it was just a wonderful class. I didn't have a stressful day. I feel wonderful. I feel so different than I did, and I hope everybody else does. I look forward to seeing you all come back for the rest of the mindfulness series. I believe it's going till February. Lots of nice comments in the chat. Are there any spots on the feet we could press to help combat a sinus infection? Susan?
Yes, and that would be the very tips of the toes. That is a sinus acupressure point, actually, is the very tips, the tops of the toes. So, and you could also do the tips of the fingers as well. Those would all be ones. And then just to press on the sinuses themselves. Sometimes that will also help to release some of the tension. So you kind of have three things that you can do. The tips of the toes, all of them, the tips of your fingers, and then actually pressing right on them themselves, whether it's, you know, feel pressure in the upper sinus or you feel it in the lower, either one.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Susan. It was a wonderful class. I hope everybody else enjoyed it as much as I did, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.